it through a whole week of school.
The first time in a while.
Anyways, let's get into our announcements. Are you interested in the radio? Well, the Chieftain Chat is soon going to have an opening for you. The Chieftain Chat is on SAM FM and they discuss announcements, much like TV2, but without the video. If you're interested, contact Sydney Lingerak.
Seniors, Herb Jones will be here Wednesday, March 6th to distribute any of your graduation orders.
The Senior High District Band Contest is coming up next Friday. 80 members of the high school band will be performing one piece from a required list and 2 additional selections by the director. The band will also be judged on how well they can sight read a piece chosen from the OMEA committee. They have a history of some superior ratings, so come on out to Tays Valley High School and watch our band compete. That announcement was music to my ears.
Ohio end-of-course air tests are quickly approaching. Students testing should arrive at normal time, while those who aren't testing should arrive at a 2-hour delay schedule. Students who ride the bus will arrive at normal time as well and will be placed in a study hall until classes begin. Testing is every Tuesday and Wednesday starting April 9th until May 1st.
We all love our phones, some of us a little too much, and a majority of people also like amusement parks. Well, good news. Cedar Point has now changed its policy for cell phones on their ride Steel Vengeance. They're adding zippered pouches to the bottom of the coaster seats for loose items and cell phones. The original policy was put in place because of lost items and cell phones within the first week of operation.
Now here's a story on National Women's History Month.
Today marks the 31st Women's History Month. This month is all about celebrating women and their accomplishments throughout history. I decided to ask Mr. Strauss about his female role models and the importance of the women's suffrage age movement.
Okay, the strongest female role model in my life would definitely have to be my mom. She's done a lot to help me throughout my life and really instill family values. She still does a lot to help with our family and, you know, my brother and I with our kids. So she is a very important person in my life. As far as women's suffrage is concerned, that was a great movement. What a lot of people don't realize is that actually took 72 years from the first real organized Seneca Falls Convention where women's suffrage became important. Women fought for 72 years to get the right to vote, and I think just the level of perseverance and organization and the drive that, you know, women like Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton had to do to organize and keep pushing until they won the victory to vote says a lot about women in our country. And as far as female accomplishments, why is it important to focus on those accomplishments? Because women really have done a lot for our country, and I feel like they need to be recognized for what they've done so they can serve as role models for young ladies in the future, have something to look up to and focus on their own accomplishments.
So take some time this month to celebrate the women of the past and present. Maddie Mollett, TV2 News.
And now, Weatherman Dan.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Dan the Weatherman, and you're watching TV2 Weather. As if that weren't made obvious by my pretty sick intro and the green screen behind me. I mean, what else could I be doing? It's not like I'm hosting a black market auction or something. Anyway, according to the Farmer's Almanac for the Ohio Valley, we should be getting some rain to snow, some sun, and of course, it will be cold this coming week. I love Ohio. Friday will be cloudy with a high of 44 and a low of 29. Saturday will also be cloudy with a high of 46 and a low of 34. Sunday, we're getting some freezing rain with a high of 32 and a low of 25. Monday will be partly sunny with a high of 25 and a low of 18. And to wrap up the 5-day Schwartzcast, Tuesday will be partly sunny with a high of 23 and a low of 14. Now here's a Chieftain PSA.
Okay, so there's some review for the quiz. First thing, a 35mm lens, an example of a wide angle lens. Very good. A 50mm lens as an example of a is that's all the lenses, tripods, and cameras. Any questions?
Hudson.
Now here's sports with Wyatt Ellinger and Logan Lilly.
Welcome back, Chieftain Nation. I'm Wyatt Ellinger.
And I'm Logan Lilly.
Winter sports is coming to a close, but we still got some bases to cover. Here's your sports. The boys basketball team faced off with the Grove City Greyhounds at Jim Myers Gymnasium to have a great game which led to overtime, which ultimately yielded the Chiefs a heartbreaking loss of 60-58. Good luck next year, Chiefs.
This Saturday, the wrestling team travels to Hilliard Derby after sophomore Ethan Worthman placed 4th in the sectional tournament at Watkins Memorial High School, and freshman Justin Mustard placed 5th, which qualifies him as an alternate for next week's tourney. Good luck, boys.
I was really excited that I found out I was going to districts because, I practiced really hard with Justin Mustard because when we were at practice, we ran, we drilled, we did anything to get better, and when I found out, I was really excited. And I jumped up and down off the mat and everything.
And now it's time for the top 5 plays of February.
I'm Trayton Poland. I'm Mason Frazier with top 5 plays of February.
Number 5.
At number 5, we have Ethan Worthman getting a pin to secure the win for the Logan Chiefs.
Number 4.
We have Colin Rimkus with a beautiful 4-9 split.
Number 3.
At number 3, we have Emily Dickin driving in to score the game-winning bucket in overtime.
Number 2.
We have Nolan Robinette with the incredible alley-oop from Tegan Myers.
Number 1.
We have Bo Myers breaking the all-time male scoring record. That was our top 5.
It was an exciting month for the Logan Chieftains.
Hope to see you in the spring.
Now here's a look at the She Believes Cup.
On March 5th, the women's U.S. soccer team will play in the 4th annual She Believes Cup. 4 teams were invited to play in the national tournament: Brazil, England, Japan, and the United States. With women's soccer on the rise, I wanted to talk to a sports enthusiast about their thoughts on the evolution of women's soccer in the United States. What do you think about the evolution of women's soccer in the United States?
I think the United States continues to get better every year, but unfortunately other countries are catching up with us as well.
Are you familiar with the She Believes Cup?
Yes, I know that the United States host the tournament on U.S. soil, and they invite 4 of the top teams to come and play.
With the tournament starting this week, what 2 teams do you believe will be in the championship?
Well, I think there's 4 strong teams, but I think in the end it will come down to the United States and England in the finals.
Thank you, Mrs. Pritchard, for your time.
Thanks for having me.
With the rest of the world catching up, let's hope the United States women's team can pull out a win on their home turf. Olivia Magdich, TV2 Sports.
That's all the sports we have for you this week, Chieftain Nation. I'm Wyatt Ellinger.
And I'm Logan Lilly.
Now here's a news story about the Artista.
You know, Albert Einstein once said, "If I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I often think in music. I live in my daydreams in music. I see my life in terms of music." Music has a very profound effect on people, and you don't even have to be a trained musician to know this. We all have our own styles. You can always tell someone by the taste of their music. Music shows ourselves and other people who we are and what we like. And one thing that's always different is listening to music and then playing it. A lot of people would love to play music and learn to create it, but they're afraid of the process and failure. They're afraid to pick up a guitar, and they're afraid to learn it. I have been playing guitar for almost 5 years now, and I'm still learning. It's incredibly difficult. Some people are born with it, some people aren't, but we can all learn through it. Enter the Artista. What first started the Artista off was the Artista Rock Camp, and I'm going to let Jesse explain what inspired that.
Billy Woltz is one of my students, and he asked me to help him put together a project performing Pink Floyd songs for a benefit for an Eagle Scout project. So I went to the rehearsals, and it was the most fun I've ever had. I mean, I was teaching the kids to work together and just to keep them on task.
I know it's scary, going on stage and playing in front of, you know, maybe hundreds of people, maybe less. But once you get up there and you start playing and you just let yourself go, everything just changes. You'll learn. And there's people who are willing to help you. Heck, I go there. I'm willing to help anyone who wants to come and play music. Whether you're just going there to express yourself or you're wanting to play an instrument, it doesn't really matter, because you'll get the same treatment as everybody else. You just gotta push yourself in the process. But if you want to see how it's done, just come see a show. We have a Facebook chat, we have a Facebook group that tells you when we play shows and who's playing. So just come on down. Express yourself or watch. We'll be waiting. Jasper Jones, TV2.
Well, this week has been very tiring.
It definitely has been.
I hope everyone has a good weekend. I'm Maya Burgraff.
And I'm Lexus Fickle from TV2.
The Deuce.
So many people are talking to me, and it's so frustrating.
How do you think Stone feels?